Escape Academy inspector training video. Here we are in Indianapolis, Indiana. We're on the corner of Washington and Meridian. And we have a fire escape here, about a 10-story, looking for evidence that the fire escape has been maintained. Any evidence of maintenance, repairs. Now what we're finding here is nothing but original square head bolts and a fire escape that hasn't seen a paint job in at least 25 plus years at least. And the only way to guarantee a fire escape of this size is to load test it. You can't load test it though when it's got rust in all its connections. So in lieu of a load test, if I was to change that connection out and repair it 100% and then seal it with silicone, then I could forego the load test and give it a certification based on a certified repair of the entire structure in lieu of a load test. Another thing that you can also do on these fire escapes is do a partial. You can change the treads on all the staircases and then just load test the platforms. But even then, the platforms have to pass the test and have no connections, no rust in any of its connections prior to a load test. Otherwise, if it has rust in its connections, it must be load tested anyway and repaired and then load tested. But we've got quite a bit of rust on this fire escape here. Let's see. And a lot of times on a fire escape that's got this much rust, there's also missing treads. So as you can see, got a lot of rust in the treads. That's an indication that some of these treads on this 10-story building are ready to drop. Let me see if I can get beyond this noise. There you go. So you got a rusted connection right there. The gusset's totally blown out. You got a rusted connection in the back. AC units down below as part of this structure. You got rusty tiers into a lot of the cement tiebacks into the building. But again, most of the corners are full of rust on this fire escape. And it's all original hardware. Original hardware is anything that's a square bolt or a rivet. Square bolts are usually 50 to 75 years old. Rivets are usually 75 plus years old. And this fire escape, I'm trying to look for evidence of any maintenance. I can't find anything. Everything's original hardware. So this fire escape, as is, would not be able to be load tested because it needs to have either a partial or full refurbishment prior to a full load test. But if the owner refurbishes 100% of the entire fire escape, remove all the rust on its internal connections, a structural engineer would sign off on a certified repair in lieu of a load test on such a fire escape. Load tests are very expensive. They don't buy any paint, they don't buy any bolts, and it's mainly money used to move weights around the entire fire escape. So if you have any questions, this is Fire Escape Academy inspector training videos. We're here in Indianapolis, Indiana, training on fire escapes in the downtown walk around. Any questions? 800-649-3333.